That's more like it.
Nailed the intro after a 2-week layoff.
Right? Totally stuck the landing.
There you go.
Yeah. And so welcome back to the Eternal Baseball Podcast, number 87. That's pretty good.
Look at us.
As Eternal Baseball rolls on. Hope you all had happy holidays and a Merry New Year. And I'm thrilled that Eternal Baseball ran seamless. No issues. We took a couple podcasts off. But other than that, it was business as usual. And we like to think that Eternal Baseball helps get baseball fans through the long, cold off season. We also like to think that we help you get through your holiday break, too.
Yes.
So you can just bug out, check some box scores, read the newsletter, all sorts of fun stuff going on. But it's good to be back live and a little inside baseball. We actually transferred the whole thing from my old desktop computer to my brand new laptop computer, which is great.
Cross those fingers.
I didn't have to sim a week's worth of games before going to Arizona for our holidays. I just brought it with me, and you can get a lot of work done on the plane because I don't have to be connected to the net to do any of it. So, man, I was going nuts. And luckily, it was 3 across, and my daughter was to my right, so I got to stick my mouse elbow way over into the middle seat to accomplish our due diligence tasks over the break. So
welcome, Lester. Welcome, James.
You know what? Always good to have folks back. And I got to make sure I got the chat up just in case we get bombed by Russian hackers like we did that one time when I banned everybody. So
unseemly sorts.
I just didn't know what to do. So I just banned
I was
everybody.
there for that. I heard it secondhand.
It was great. All of a sudden we got hacked for the first time ever by 8 comments from the same bogus bot account. So I just
who's really going to give us Bitcoin? I don't know. I just fell for it.
I just banned everybody, and it worked. When I said we'd take off and nuke the site from orbit.
We never broadcast again.
We're done. We're gone. We were never here. You can't see us. So anyway, welcome back to Eternal Baseball, and let me get the screen up. Make sure I do this right. Oh, there's our boy TD, who should be happy. He's Tiger fan number 1 and Ty Cobb enthusiast number 1. And that Cobb average is working its way up. Pretty happy about that.
Oh, he's in Texas right now.
Ooh, everything's bigger in Texas. Okay, so I want this screen. We want audio. Share it. Let's see if that worked. There we go. Man, we're tiny. I got to work on my monitor. But
I'll be right back. Keep filling them in.
Oh, here we go. All right. So, there we go. Well, anyway, it's always good to have folks here. And, we do have a couple, call them super fans, but people who are helping us with our lineups. Tino helps us with the Detroit lineup. A fan helping with Arizona and a fan helping with Minnesota. And we always encourage that. We always say we'll never know any team better than their own diehard fans. So if you see something you don't like, a guy who's just getting shelled, who needs out of the rotation, somebody you think should be in the rotation, it's always different series to series. And tonight is a good example of that because you'll be seeing the East-leading Phillies are headed to Chicago to take on the Cubs. The last place Cubs, who are 30-17 and in our best division, the National League North, which is an absolute buzzsaw between the Cardinals, the Pirates, the Reds, and the Cubs. So you never know what's going to happen in Eternal Baseball. And so it is Philadelphia at Chicago tonight. And one player you won't see, and it's a shame because his red hair is glorious, is Mike Schmidt, who's having a just god-awful season. And hard to imagine Mike Schmidt not playing in any Phillies game he was, healthy for. But Phillies got some other options there, and there's nothing wrong with Dick Allen, at least at the plate. So there are some other options you'll see from time to time. So keep an eye on your favorite team and let us know if there's a guy you want out of there or a guy you want in the lineup. Let us know. You can catch us on Facebook. You can catch us at eternalbaseball.com on our team-specific message boards. There's always something you can do to help your squad. So let us know. We don't always catch everything. T's got a good point here. Cobb is hitting better. Yeah, again, we were expecting Cobb to hit 400. because that's what he did over his best 3 years average at his career peak. But remember that in eternal baseball, everybody's stats think about 20%, hitters and pitchers, because it's the best hitters ever against the best pitchers ever. So everybody suffers. So if you take 80 points off his 400, he should be hitting 320 on an average year. But if he's having any sort of a down year, that average will sink. Now, Ty Cobb not hitting 300 always seems a problem, but it does look like he's on his way back. And
Charlie Hustle, though, my goodness.
Yeah, he's incredible. Pete Rose really hasn't had this kind of year in any of our 3 previous seasons, but 377 will win you a batting title. And what I like here, this is top 10 over there for the entire both leagues combined. But last year, at the end of the year, we only had 8 guys hit 300 total. It was completely the year of the pitcher, and that's all well and good, but it's kind of dry. So, we like seeing some runs, and this has got it going on. Aside from Pete Rose, if you look at the Duke Snyder triplets across the middle there, again, this is both leagues combined, and Snyder leads everybody in homers, RBI, and OPS. So there's a reason why the Dodgers
1,200. My goodness.
Dodgers have won 18 of 21, and it's not the pitching. So we'll check with Duke Snyder soon, but also pitching leaders, and this is especially relevant today. Mordecai Brown of the Chicago Cubs leading both leagues in ERA, and he'll be on the mound tonight for Cameron Fletcher's Cubs.
There we go. Welcome, Cameron.
As they take on the East-leading Phillies. So let's take a look at the weeks that were, and let me zoom in here. Well, let's see. What can I do here? I guess I can't help the eye chart here. So anyway, we weren't here for weeks 6 or 7. Again, down here you can see what the games of the week were, and there were none. So we haven't been with you since Atlanta and Pittsburgh 3 weeks ago. Tonight, Philly at the Cubs. This is how I keep track of who's been on the podcast and who hasn't, because we do try to get every team on the game of the week at least once a year. We're going to have to get Tampa on there pretty quick because they're 8-39. And
Lordy.
With no help in sight. But I like the idea of whenever we can find a week where they're up against an absolute titan, like the Cardinals or the Pirates or something at home, or maybe we'll play
Mariners.
Yeah. No. We'll be the Rays. And we'll be like, come on. Because it's no fun to be Boston and take on Tampa. Come on. Come on.
Welcome, Rob.
Yeah. But if we're Tampa and we just decide the only way to win tonight is to steal every base possible.
Carl Crawford.
Yeah. Duke of Flatbush. Yeah, that's right. All right. So anyway, this week, your hot teams, the Orioles, 5-1. Birmingham Knights, 5-1. A 5-1 week 2 weeks ago they've made their typical run, and they're up 10 games in the AL South already. So that one's probably put to bed. It usually is. The Astros and Royals at 1-5, not helping themselves. The Marlins 1-5, not helping themselves. The Expos, though, are getting back into it in the East. And we'll bring up the standings again because we do have races in, 6 of the 8 divisions. So we like that. We like competition and back and forth and division leaders changing. The Yankees have had a good week, but that one loss is a big loss. I'll tell you about that in a minute. And the Cardinals are now the best team in baseball by virtue of the previous heavyweight champion, the Pittsburgh Pirates, got swept by the Cardinals 3 games straight. St. Louis went right through them. So good for them. And the Giants, who are a perennial power and our initial champions in season 1, are still off to a rotten, not rotten, but 19-28.
Scuffling.
Really, really rough for a team with, again, anybody with 100 years of history. They're never going to be bad, but this is probably as rough a Giant squad as you'll see. Just terrible. You're Willie McCovey sent to the minors. Can't even perish the thought. But Tampa Bay struggling, Texas struggling, the Nationals struggling. None of that is a big shock, but part of it, at least part of it, is tied to injury. So let me run these down for you. If you subscribe to the Eternal Baseball newsletter, you saw something about this on Friday. Newsletters go out on Friday. Totally free. Sign up at eternalbaseball.com. But we do have season-ending injuries once in a while in Eternal Baseball. It's not as accurate as real ball, where you probably have 30 guys go down a season, right, at least. But we've got 4 so far. Teddy Higuera from the Brewers was the first a couple weeks ago, blew out his elbow. And then we had 3 in a week. So the Nationals lost second baseman Daniel Murphy. The Twins lost catcher Mitch Garver. And the Yankees lost center fielder Mickey Mantle.
A little known utility player.
Yeah, this little kid, this young guy from Oklahoma.
You probably haven't heard.
They think he's got potential. But, and it was kind of eerie because I tried to look up photos of all 3 guys injured in real life. And sure enough, I found Daniel Murphy on crutches, Mitch Garver clutching his stomach, which is what he's out with, diverticulitis, an actual inflammation of the intestines. But Mantle's easy because there's that famous picture of Mantle collapsed in the outfield. And reportedly, DiMaggio saying the first thing he'd said to him all year, "Stay down, kid. Doc's coming." Oh, boy. And then so the picture I got was of Mantle actually being carried off on a stretcher. So talk about, heart in your throat moment for Yankees fans. So it would be worse for New York, except they've got DiMaggio to play center. Not bad. And you don't think of him as a left fielder because he played it more in Cincinnati than in New York. But Paul O'Neill qualifies as a left fielder. And they've got Judge and Ruth to play right. Yogi can even play left. But Paul O'Neill's got a 24-game hit streak. That's the best in Eternal Baseball so far this year. And he's hitting 380. He just doesn't have enough at bats to qualify. Yeah, but he's played quite a bit. So I think he'll get in that race sooner or later. And if he stays hot, he's going to play. So it's awesome. It's one of the things I love about Eternal Baseball. Mickey gets hurt. DiMaggio slides over from left to center. O'Neill goes into left. There's a hole on the roster. They need an outfielder. They call up Bernie Williams, right? So we'll see if Bernie can put down the guitar long enough.
Yeah, I see. He's probably touring somewhere, but he's like, all right, that's good.
You're a beautiful audience. I got to go. So up goes Bernie to New York. Elsewhere, some other smaller injuries. The Marlins just lost Gary Sheffield for about a month. And the Pirates lost Willie Stargell for the second time, and he's going to be out till February 18th with a knee injury. But the Pirates got some help in an unexpected way. Pirates fan reached out to me this week and said, "Love the Pirates lineup, but where the hell is Jason Bay?"
Oh,
and I was like, wow, he's one of those guys who skips under the radar because Bay faded pretty quick, right? Pittsburgh got rid of him, sent him to Boston.
The Mets?
Went to Boston first and then eventually to New York and was not very good in either place. So I don't think they knew he was going to fade. Pittsburgh tends to not keep all of their best stars these days. But his first 3 years were dynamite in Pittsburgh. It averages out to hitting 292 with 31 homers and 97 RBIs.
Wow, that's great.
Stargell goes on the DL. Bay comes onto the roster. And it costs one of your favorites, Roto, Andy Van Slyke.
Oh, come on.
His position. So if you're looking for Andy Van Slyke, he'll be on TV with Frank Thomas and Doug Flutie. Actually, I think he got cut from that commercial too. So
they're doing a public service.
Yeah, I'm sorry. For Andy Van Slyke fans,
that may be actually our viewing demographic. So
he's available.
We should ask them if they want to advertise.
Right. And when they gave him, come see the manager, he was probably like, "That's fine. I'll go play. I'll just go play for the Cardinals." So I started with them anyway. And St. Louis was like, "Yeah, we're kind of full up, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
You can't even make our AAA team right now."
It. He was like, "Dude, I'll play in Louisville." And they're like, "Yeah, we're kind of full in Louisville too, man." So, unfortunately, yeah, that's right. Van Slyke running low on Testosterone.
Is that actually what he was slinging? I thought he was like one of those, what was it, extends or whatever?
Something. I forget. It's, my kids and I crack up all the time whenever a drug ad comes on TV because we love the side effects they listed.
Yes. And
there was one of them for like migraines or something the other day, and it said side effects may include dry mouth, insomnia, migraine headaches. And my son's like, wait a minute. One of the side effects is the thing you take it for. So that's not cool.
Just doing their due diligence.
Yeah, just cover the bases, I guess. So anyway, that's the weeks that were. And taking a quick look at the standings, we are going to see the Phillies tonight. Ken Castro's excited about that. They're in first place in the East, but the Mets are having their best season yet, I think, and Montreal is on the rise. Atlanta's made some room out here in the South, and Arizona, Houston, Miami don't look particularly frisky. So it might be a Braves cakewalk. The North, as we talked about before, the toughest division maybe in the history of eternal baseball. They're always good, but this year, 30-17 gets you last place and 3.5 games out. That's the Cubs that we'll see later today. The Dodgers are incredible because at one point they lost 4 in a row in December and dropped to 11-15. And since then, they've won 18 of 21 games. So get out of their way. The Dodgers are on a mission. The Yankees are still strong in the East, but Boston's right behind them. The loss of Mantle will hurt. Mantle was having a great year. Birmingham is running away with the South again. Chicago and Detroit tied up in the North, and out west Minnesota with a slim lead over Los Angeles. But Seattle and Oakland are within striking distance as well. So we like that, right? We got some competition. Good to see. But today,
got a good side effect.
Oh, here we go. What's this? Yeah, it's not good. Yeah, that's from those Olean.
Right?
Remember those Olean potato chips? Never trusted those.
The only what?
There was like some kind of fat replacement. It was called Olean or Olean or something.
Oh, okay.
and it said right on the front of it, might cause like loose bowels or something. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stick with the regular Ruffles.
Stick with the barbecue chips.
Yeah, they got or not have them, but yeah, I don't think we need that. Cam Fletcher's here to root on his Cubs, and that's where we're going next. Now, we believe in transparency here.
Olestra.
Olestra, there you go. So your old pal Webb here has a very early appointment tomorrow morning, and doing all the games for tomorrow after the podcast tonight was just going to make me a wreck as early as I have to get up. So we have already simmed tomorrow's games, which is a rarity, except for this Cubs game. So a special first time only sneak peek. You're going to see the completed scores for tomorrow as I pop up the scoreboard here. And one quirk of the Eternal Baseball program, as I drag it over, is when we hit December 31st, 2003, it just rolls us over to January 1, 2003. So if you think I'm deleting a 3 and adding a 4 at the end of every date for every box score I do every day, you're absolutely right. And that, I'm going to have a talk with our friends at DK Sports because we love their program. But, well, we'd love that. One little tweak maybe for next year's edition. So
it was Wow Chips. Was that the name of the brand?
What was it? Yeah, something like that.
Man, all of you have much better memories than I do. I probably should go to a clinic or something.
I think it's people who actually tried the chips will never forget them. Right? Like, wow, didn't know that, right? So that's a good point, Rob.
It's just an infinite loop.
Yeah, as we move on with the Arun Varos that is Eternal Baseball. And you can see how it's all messed up because it thinks these games are for Sunday the 8th, and obviously they're from Monday the 8th. But anyway, lots of good stuff going on tomorrow, but we're most interested in Philadelphia at Chicago. So let me get this rolling here. Human and human, sure thing. All right, so our pitching matchup is a good one. It's Steve Carlton, who's one of those guys who's never had a great Eternal Baseball season, but he's doing pretty good right now. Let me get the replay stats. So these are the Eternal Baseball stats. What he's doing so far: 4-1 with a 3.09. That's pretty good. And for Philadelphia is over the roster limit. So what do they have? They got one too many batters. So let's see who's really struggling here for them. Ashburn is there.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
No, Ashburn's there just to steal bases.
Oh, okay.
So that is my gift for you.
Appreciate it.
But
no, you can't get rid of Sherry McGee.
He's a 2 at shortstop, but I think he's the backup shortstop, which is terrifying. Yeah,
Just
he
put
is.
Crucky on the bench.
Is Kruk there? All right. We may not need Kruk today. Sorry, Johnny. That's like he cared, right? He was probably like, all right, cool.
Whatever.
I'll just sit back here with the pregame
Wow
spread.
chips. With my wow chips and
My wow chips.
take the game in.
He didn't eat any wow chips. I guarantee you that much. So anyway, and so it's Carlton, and then over on the Cubs, it's big badass Mordecai Three-Finger Brown with his 1.47 ERA, which has only gotten him 6 wins and 5 losses, but he's been the truth. So we'll enjoy seeing him later tonight. So for we may as well stick here. The Cubs are facing a lefty. So we'll check their OPS versus left-handers. Now, I'm not trusting anybody with a 2,000 OPS because I got to imagine that's like maybe 5 at-bats or something like that. So we'll see. We'll see, Riggs. We'll see about that. But it definitely looks like Ryan Sandberg killing it.
King Kelly didn't make the roster, huh?
King Kelly he's on here. No, he's down here, dude. Look right there.
Oh, man. Look at that.
And my favorite bit, you can't get away from him. You go to the pictures, there he is.
He's an inactive pitcher, too.
He can totally pitch, too, if you want. Like, he'll do anything. Desperate for his 15 minutes. It looks like on base, it's going to be, Santo. That's weird. Ron Santo leading off with Ernie Banks. Wow, they're all right-handed. So Banks will be either the shortstop or the first baseman. We'll see. Let me see here. Banks.
Man, Hack is scuffling.
Say what?
Hack Wilson is scuffling.
He's having a terrible year, but he's the best they have defensively by far. So he may still be the guy, but yeah, he's had an awful year.
I think we put him in just because he's got that amazing picture.
Yeah, he's pretty slick. Sammy Sosa, whether or not the Cubs fans want him or not, his numbers are good. He's going in. Looks like Kiki Kyler in left. Man, they're all right-handed. All right, so if Javi Baez is going to play shortstop, that lets Ernie Banks play first. And the Cubs' first baseman, Grace and Rizzo, have been dreadful. So Banks was a really good first baseman, too, defensively. So that'll help. Gabby Hartnett will catch. And now we just need a center fielder. It looks like that's Hack Wilson.
All right.
Hitting 9th. A guy who had like 156 RBI once. But you do you, Hack. Moving on over to Philadelphia. So they're facing a right-hander. Okay, so we got 3 lefties and a righty near the top. So we'll get the righty hitting third. And I think Delahanty has like a 14-game hit streak. We'll see if we can break that. For on base, looks like nobody's close to Utley. Puts Klein at cleanup. Ryan Howard hitting second. Dick Allen playing third. As I mentioned, Mike Schmidt hitting 105 against lefties, 156 against righties. He's not even on the active roster. Even his phenomenal glove couldn't make up for the rough year he's having. So forgive us, Philly fans, but it's probably for your own good. Let's see. Darren Dalton catches.
Man, he and Hack probably have like a chin off.
Right.
Who do you think wins that one? Probably Dalton. That guy.
Probably Dalton. Yeah.
Man.
Let's see here. Abreu looks like our DH. You know what? If I give you Billy Hamilton instead of Abreu, you can steal bases like crazy. And I happen to know that's
we're not the home team today?
We are a home team, right?
Lucky Cubs.
Yeah, right. All right, then forget it. They don't get Billy Hamilton. By the numbers, people. By the numbers. Shortstop and center field. So, I guess they do get Hamilton in the middle of this lefty assault. And then Jimmy Rollins hitting 9th. at shortstop.
Sorry, Sherry.
Right? Oh, he'll be in there.
Another time, Sherry.
All right, so I think we're ready for ball. Let's see. Here we go. All right. You hearing that, Roto?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
I do need to figure out why the
Pitching
commentator.
for Chicago, Mordecai Brown.
Close enough.
Leading off for Philadelphia.
Your voice got a lot louder.
26. Chase Utley.
I can fix that. Play ball. All right. How's my volume now? Good.
It's a little elevated, but I can just turn it.
Yeah. I can turn it down. We have the technology.
Okay, maybe just a little bit more.
All right, so here we go. So we've got Chase Utley leading off.
Yeah, that's perfect. 191. Wow, I didn't realize it was that high. That's amazing.
Yeah. All right, so let me get in here. We'll give control back to the computer for Philadelphia. And it's time for baseball.
We should probably apologize in advance to Cameron Fletcher.
Right? About what we're about to do to his You know what? Don't get mad, Gam. Cubs fans are used to disappointment. So this shouldn't be any big thing.
Stroll in the park.
Sammy Sosa's under it.
First baseman, Ryan Howard.
You remember that ground out to end the World Series?
Fielder.
Didn't he tear a knee ligament or something?
I think it was his Achilles.
Oh.
Yeah. And he went down, and you at first you were like, well, is he just really disappointed?
Right. Nope. Was that the end? Was that his last?
I think it was the last. No, I think he came back, didn't he? But he was not nearly as. This is just me kind of spitballing, but I don't remember it being nearly as effective.
Yeah, Howard was brilliant, but not for terribly long, right? Like 7 years, maybe.
He had some huge years though.
He was a monster, absolutely. Ed Delahanty got all dressed up for the game today. That's good to see, right?
Dapper,
serious, right? He's got that.
Oh man, Brown's not having that.
Popped him.
Right fielder, Chuck Klein.
Might have parted his hair on the other side. You never know. He's got that Chris Martin freshman year hair part going on.
There you go.
All right, Chuck Klein, who was an absolute beast. If you don't know who Chuck Klein is. But Kiki Kyler's under it.
Pitching for Philadelphia, Steve Carlton.
All right, lefty.
Leading off for Chicago.
There's got to be a better photo
of Carlton?
Of Santo.
Oh,
one where he's not 45.
I didn't know this about Santo. Opposing players really didn't like him because when they won games, he would make a big deal to jump up in the air and click his heels together as his kind of victory dance. And opposing teams hated it.
Wrong era.
when they would come on the road, they'd be like, Santo's not clicking his heels here, man. I'm like, wow, who knew? So anyway. Yeah, that doesn't have a distance. Dick Allen, though, a little questionable with the glove.
First baseman.
Look at Rollins wearing the old Ben Phillies.
Right?
Home jersey.
Track 3. Third baseman, Aramis Ramirez. Track 3. Third baseman, number 15, Dick Allen.
Love Dick Allen. I should have been the photo of him smoking and juggling baseballs at the same time, which is a classic. But
wait, so Dick Allen didn't make the Hall?
Hasn't made the Hall.
Wow.
He's one of the biggest names that when they make that, how is this guy not in there? Right? Roll call. People think the Veterans Committee might get him in sometime. Another guy brought up this week was Tommy John, right? Every 300 game winner is in. And yeah, Tommy John played like 25 years, but he won 288 games. He's real close, and he's, the test subject for a surgery that has saved hundreds of pitchers' careers. So I don't know. Just throwing that out there. Yeah, the Philly outfield is ridiculous, and it is so vintage. It's awesome, right? So I love the I love the old man squad out there. And Dick Allen was a beast. I once sat in
Darren Dalton
scout seats at Yankee Stadium when I was working for McFarland Toys, and we were sitting next to a Mariners scout, and we made sure not to talk too much. But when they would talk, we would engage with them. And he was talking about a prospect, I forget who, with the Mariners, and he said I'm really high on this kid. He reminds me of Dick Allen. And at the time, I wasn't that familiar with Dick Allen. This was, I don't know, 12 years ago. And I said, I don't know much about Dick Allen. He says, he was Gary Sheffield 20 years before Gary Sheffield. So talking not about the attitude or the defensive ineptitude, but the just hellaciously fast bat. So there was a lot of respect for Dick Allen there. Darren Dalton,
designated hitter, Bobby Abreu.
Let's see if I can do something about that.
Yeah, I was saying, so Tom and John does have the most wins without being in the Hall. Interesting.
Here's Abreu. We want Abreu.
Abreu.
Some point we'll cut a YouTube video. It's just clips of us changing.
Right? We'll do a special one night where we just go through the whole. We'll make starting lineups of the hardest to pronounce names league guys everywhere. Ed Olczyk somehow has made the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Abreu.
That's not bad.
Not bad. We'll take it.
One more.
Abreu.
Okay, it's better. We'll take it.
Yeah, I think we agree, Ken.
Second baseman, Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah, I think that's true. And I think it hurt that he had big years with Chicago as well, right? If he'd have been in one place forever where one fan base could say this was our guy forever, I think that always helps. So here's Steve Carlton was asked about him before the game, and he said, "Get out of my locker," because that was Steve Carlton.
So he's known for being really.
He did not like reporters one bit.
He and Murray, Eddie Murray,
and Bill Belichick have a text group where they talk about how much the media annoys them.
So I take it you won't see those two at one of those fan specials.
I don't know if Murray relaxed more afterwards. I think he was just kind of a private guy. So, but it's part of the job.
Left fielder, Kiki Coiler,
I'll let it go. A dribbler, Jimmy Rollins is up for it.
Kiki Kyler, it seems like that should be a modern player's name.
I remember there was an outfielder, a prospect for the Tigers that never really panned out. That was Milt Kyler.
Milt Kyler, huh? Oh, so it must be related? No. Oh, okay.
Completely different color, so I think probably not. But
I know there was a Kiki. There was a couple Kikis too along the way.
I had never heard of Kiki Kyler before doing the research for Eternal Baseball, so I don't know why he was not a bigger name. Other than the Cubs probably weren't very good when he played, but his numbers are spectacular. So, anyway. Javi Baez.
Ken was mentioning Clemens too.
Yeah. And Randy Johnson, man. We had him on the air once after he won his first Cy Young in Arizona. And he was required to do the media round, right? And God, they were all 2-word answers and just gave us nothing, right? And we weren't hardballing them, right? We're asking him about his Cy Young award.
This was live? You called him or you were on the field?
It was a radio interview. I was the producer coordinating it. So I didn't talk to him, but my host did. And we got 5 minutes of absolutely nothing from him. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, I get that you don't do this very often, but you're also not made available very often. So you don't have to be a jerk so we don't invite you back, right? Just answer the questions, man.
Yeah.
Not much there. Here's Billy Hamilton, who's an incredible bunter, and we're not falling for that. So we'll bring the corners in here.
I feel like Ken's got to fill us in on some details of this.
Oh, look at this. We would
Jimmy
love to hear more
yes,
about this.
please.
Absolutely. Can you imagine getting hit by a bagel thrown by Roger Clemens?
That must be kind of surreal, actually, right? Like,
yeah, dude. It probably, with the hole in the middle, it probably whistles if it goes by, right? All right, I'm going to pitch out here. I bet we can catch Billy Hamilton with his 81% steal. And he's off.
he
The
airmailed it.
That's on
Come on, Hartnett.
That's on him.
Strike 3.
We sit Jimmy Rollins, top of the lineup, one down, Chase Utley. With a single to right. Hamilton scores. Phillies take a 1-0. Next up, Ryan Howard. Utley is hot to trot over there at first. So let's give Gabby Hartnett another shot here. He's not going.
Strike 3.
Ryan Howard sits down. The always dapper Ed Delahanty steps to the plate. And Sosa's all over that.
Gabby Hartnett.
Gabby Hartnett, Hall of Fame catch.
Rob.
Oh, man.
Center fielder. Hack. Wilson.
Yeah. Hopefully it wasn't an everything bagel.
That's it. I was going to say, what do you hit you with?
Up.
That's a 3-panel G.I. Joe cartoon with their spaced out infantry guy, Footloose, talking to their medic doc. And he's like, Footloose, you failed your drug test. And he said, oh, man, I just ate a bagel. And he's like, yeah, you failed for heroin. And Footloose says, it was an everything bagel. Winner. All right, here's your boy.
All right, wait, here we go.
Oh, King Castro update.
You're back. Oh, man.
And it's a great story. It's funny how often it happens when the regular beat guy isn't there and you have a fill-in guy and the players do not like it because they don't know him. They don't know how to handle him. Is this guy a wild card? Is this a to avoid? Is this a guy you can trust? It's really an issue. We sent our crack NFL reporter, Mike Jarecki, who actually works for the Arizona Cardinals now. Fantastic reporter. Scooped everybody in Phoenix for 30 years. We needed somebody to to coordinate a baseball interview. Our baseball guy was sick or out of town. And so we sent him down to the Diamondbacks ballpark with the cell phone, which was a big brick back in the day. We sent him down there. They called it the Flintstone phone. And he was supposed to coordinate an interview with the Angels were in town. Oh, man. Who's the Angels center fielder who came from Nebraska after Jim Edmonds? He was good, but not great.
Yeah. It was kind of redneck. The redneck guy?
Very.
Yes.
I think he's the Nebraska baseball coach now.
Rob, help us out.
Somebody's going to help us out with this. So anyway, Jarecki came down to do the interview and went up to the guy. And he was like, I thought this was in person. He's like, no, it's the phone. I'll call the studio. And he was like, that's not what I was expecting. And Jarecki's like, look, I didn't book it. You know, it's still to be here. I'm here. They told me it's in 5 minutes. You're here. Can you just talk on the phone, please? And the guy's like, whatever. And so we waited until we didn't put him on hold. We waited until we were going live. And Jarecki held the phone up to him. He wouldn't even hold the phone. He made Jarecki hold the receiver up to his face until he was done talking. And after like 3 minutes, he got sick of it, grabbed the phone himself, and then answered a question and just dropped the phone. Like it was on a cord, but just dropped it and let it hang and walked away. And Jarecki came back and said, never talking to baseball players ever again. Never, ever going on the baseball team. Somebody help us with the Angels center fielder from Nebraska.
What was his name, man? It's on the tip of my tongue.
I know. Played after Edmonds left. So Help us out. Rob will get it. Here's Hack Wilson. Before I got distracted by myself.
Erstad.
Darren Erstad.
Yes, thank you, Ken. So Ken apparently worked in media too, huh?
Sounds like it.
A couple
In
more.
Boston.
Oh, yes.
Darren Erstad. All right. Here's Chuck Klein with a single left.
Did you write Darren Erstad?
I did.
Oh, okay.
For some reason,
I was like,
they're
I think
replacing.
someone's spoofing us.
For some reason, they replaced Chuck Klein with Cy Williams at first base. I'm not sure why.
Cameron, no worries.
Huh. All right.
Family comes first.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here we go.
What would happen if we banned ourselves? Do you think it would just cut the broadcast?
We're going to find out sometime. Right?
We'll wait right till the end of the broadcast to see.
So far, the most interesting thing that's happened procedurally was when the game crashed with 2 outs in the 8th inning. And I forget, it was Houston somebody. And then we just had to sim the whole thing again.
Yeah, it was a massively different outcome.
Yeah, it was actually. I think Houston was winning and they got clobbered in the rematch. So,
hey, cool hockey, nice.
Sounds like a lot of Ray Bork in your life, Ken. But that's absolutely cool. Oh, there you go. Hey, we dig it. All right, so Cy Williams at first. Here's Dick Allen. To Ramirez, to Sandberg, they'll only get one. Darren Dalton steps to the plate. He's walking. Bobby Abreu had people forget how good he was for the Cubs right around the turn of the century. But Philly fans never really embraced him, close as I can tell. And when he came to the Yankees, my favorite team, he wasn't quite the same hitter, but I realized why the rough Philly crowd never liked him. I never saw an outfielder more afraid of the wall than Bobby Abreu. He'd go back, and when his foot hit dirt, he was just like, no.
Hey, whoa.
Literally throwing his hands up in the air. No, I didn't sign up for this. No way. Not hitting that one.
So Ken, Mark was in media. I'm not. Never have been.
You never know.
Just a civilian,
right? I was a producer and an update guy in radio, so my face doesn't look terribly familiar. But anyway, but I am in Rhode Island, so maybe we're nearby. And yeah. And look at this. You too, Ken. Spread the word. Tell your friends. 2 men on for Bobby Abreu. Oh boy.
Take your base.
So a guy who gives up a run and a half per 9 inning on average now has the bases loaded and 1 out for Billy Hamilton, who's really fast and hard to double up.
He'll strike him out. No worries. No.
Oh, that's a single. Will it score 2? It is Dalton. Nope, just 1. Phillies take a 2-0 lead. And here's the crime. This would make you cry if we were playing with Philly. Billy Hamilton, 90% to steal second. Except he's got Abreu and Dalton. Pretty much leg shackled together, right? So,
hey, look. So let's see, a couple more.
Oh, here we go.
Man,
look at this. We're probably all ex-Clear Channel. There's a lot of us going around.
Man, all these pros. I'm going to start getting nervous doing these broadcasts now.
Who knew, right? Good thing it's only an hour. We just get in and out. Here we go. Ooh, dude. Remote engineers took the most abuse, right? They were always set up the broadcast from the road, from the stadium, or from the sports bar. So no problem, dude. Just make sure it works or there's no show. Right? So they took a ton of abuse they didn't deserve. Here's Jimmy Rollins, 1 down. Oh boy. That's in the gap.
Sorry, Cameron. It
it
always works this way.
It's going for 3.
Get him.
All right. Well, it's pretty clear that Mordecai Brown doesn't have it today. So
the phone lines. That's.
Oh, it's bad. Hang on. Let me get the
Paul
What are we doing?
Ossenmacher.
Right?
It's
We need
time.
we need somebody to give us a little length, but I like the lefty idea. So maybe it's Hippo Vaughn.
We'll definitely get Bruce Sutter in a little bit.
Yeah. Actually, it looks like Lee Smith can throw 75 pitches. I better look into that. That doesn't seem
That does seem a little
accurate,
excessive,
but
doesn't it?
we'll get a lefty going here to muck with their lineup since they're all set for righties. Let's see here. Yeah, that's true. I totally said Rhode Island, Barrington, just south of Providence. Not like anything's far from anything in Rhode Island, right? Like, come on now. All right, so here we go. Rollins on third.
Ball 4. Take your base.
Mordecai Brown's falling apart, Roto. We're going to visit that mound just to help Hippo Vaughn get ready quicker. One more batter, and it's Hippo time. And it's Ryan Howard. Sosa's got it. Will Rollins test him? He will not. Okay, so I lied because Ed Delahanty hits 426 against lefties. So we're going to give Mordecai a chance to get out of this inning here. Oh, it didn't work. Rollins is in. Delahanty digs for second. Utley goes home, and we're getting clobbered 7-0. The good news is Hippo Vaughn's ready. And whoever was second in the league in ERA.
Yeah, I was going to say, man.
Chicago. Hippo.
Well, that's what we do.
Hippo Vaughn's got some serious ears. Maybe that's how he got his nickname. I don't know.
He's got a decent sized chaw in there, too.
Right? Well, he is a hippo. So, Cy Williams. Cy Williams up for the first time this inning because Chuck Klein got pitch run for. But mercifully, we're out of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. Down
still being no hit.
Getting no hit by Steve Carlton. No problem.
Could be worse. Could be worse.
We've probably done worse, yeah. Ernie Banks with a fly to center.
Did you get it? All right. Whoa. What's going on here?
We got a double, a little bloop double.
Nice. A couple more comments if you
Ken Castor's okay. That's cool. And that's a good point too. Yeah, we're Rhode Island, really the hub of the universe.
the fantasy baseball universe.
That's right. Single to center. Come on now. Feels like the game just for. Oh, hold on. It actually popped.
Something pop up? Oh, okay. Woo.
Yeah, it popped up on the other screen. And I'm like, why aren't we doing it?
All their mouths got a little bit dry there for a second.
Right. So send Ramirez home. 43% chance safe. We've only got one out. I think we're okay, right?
Are we though? Who's it? Wait, who's he running on? Billy Hamilton.
Billy Hamilton, who has a decent but not great arm. One out. I mean,
who's up next?
The number 5 hitter. So it's Sosa or somebody good.
All right.
Yeah. Voice of Reason's a lonely job, but I'll do it. Send him home? No. We're good.
Interesting.
Sammy Sosa. We are one pitch away from. You watch.
Here we go.
Even Cubs fans aren't rooting for this guy. A grounder to Dick Allen. Oh, hold on. I don't know why this is popping up on the wrong screen. 97% chance they're going to turn this double play. So we may as well send Ramirez home just in case.
Sure. Might keep us in the inning.
Might not. 0. I almost said the only way he doesn't score is if we hit into a double play. And there it was.
We got some comments here if you want to.
Dude, we cracked that no-hitter wide open, though. Hey, there you go. He's a beast. Billy Hamilton tears it up.
Hippo, I like it. That's a good
I guess Hippo was a monster for his day, right?
Thanks, James.
Good Lord. Ooh, that's a tough day. Hang on, it gets worse. Oh, man. That is a bad day at Black Rock.
We've all been there.
Woo. That's hard. All right, Dick Allen hasn't seen Hippo Vaughn's heat. We're going to come back in the second half, or maybe not.
Darren Dalton with the inside the fork homer. No, he's not going to third. No way. Get him.
He's in there. First triple of the year for Darren Dalton. Yeah, no doubt.
I still remember when Rittenhauer got drafted by the Phillies. And he went to camp, and he was doing drills with the catchers, and Darren Dalton was there. He's just like, basically, like this guy was like a Norse god. Just.
There's got to be a moment like that for almost every great high school player.
Yes, there's
managers to get drafted, and then they're like, "Oh,
it's like I do not belong."
Hey, we got a 19% chance to get Darren Dalton at home. I think we got to try it.
Let's do it.
All right. Easy.
Man, wheels.
8-0. Don't worry, there's still 4 or 5 innings left.
Oh, there's Sid Bream. I don't know anymore, man. I used to think I knew, but
okay, Kiki Kyler. Ready? Oh, he's a great bunter. Maybe we should shake things up, Rhoda. What do you think?
Let's do it.
All right.
Do you remember when I haven't watched Sports Center in a while, but they used to have those sports science segments?
Yeah.
Where they would break it down. Like, how did they not do one on that Sid Bream scoring per second off that single? That would be amazing. I would watch that on repeat.
Sid Bream is rounding third at a maximum velocity of 0.5 miles per hour. Look at that bunt. Kiki Kyler getting it done.
Yeah, Cameron makes a good point.
They're challenging the ruling. Oh,
man.
We lose the instant replay even.
Cameron had a good point, though.
Yeah, that's a good point. Still slow, though. But
wow. Okay, come on. We got at least get on the board here.
If you've seen Barry Bonds lately, he's not throwing anybody out. Come on now.
How much do you think you'd have to pay those guys for them to recreate that play?
I don't think there's enough money in the world to get Barry Bonds out there, but Hobby Bias sits down. Oh,
30 million a piece. We could probably crowdfund that.
Maybe Bream would do it. I guarantee you that Bream would do it. Here's Jimmy Rollins. We have a beating going on here on Eternal Baseball tonight.
A slow beating too. It's one thing to begin your butt kick, but
normally we say we're done in an hour, and I've been chatty. But we probably better pick it up because it doesn't look like this game's going to get much closer. Here's Hack Wilson. Grounding out. Been a lot of that this year for Hack Wilson. Ron Santo probably not clicking his heels today. But he's safe at first.
Send him.
Right? 28%, Rhoda. Ernie Bates gets into one. Oh, Hamilton juggles it and drops it. So it's only a single, but we get a bonus runner.
Here we go.
One out for Aramis Ramirez, who hits a dribbler to second. Over to Rollins, back to Howard. And that's how it goes today, anyway.
3 hits.
Yeah, pretty exciting, right? 2 of them in the same inning, though. That was exciting. Here's Ed Delahanty, who's fast. They might not get him. Oh, we get him. That's good. Yeah, I think you're right, Cam. Oh, okay, we did get him. I missed that. I was looking at the comments. Here's Cy Williams. Trying to stretch into a double. He's in there. How many? Vaughn hasn't thrown that many pitches. He hasn't been that good either, but Hack Wilson, I think, was like 5'8", 230. Like, he was kind of incredible. And so where'd they play that kid? Center field.
Yeah,
Sure.
like 50 of those pounds was his liver.
Probably true.
Ball four.
He actually did have a drinking problem that hurt his overall career. But
191 RBIs though. Whew.
yeah, he must have swung at the middle pitch.
I was gonna say functional alcoholic.
Very right.
Jeez.
The crowd's all hype.
There we go.
Oh, it's probably the only thing worth staying around for. Bum, bum, bum. Ryan Sandberg, who belongs in the Hall of Fame for retiring, divorcing his wife, then signing a new contract.
Golf clap, right?
Not bad, not bad. Lines out this short. Here's Sammy Sosa. Oh, look at that. Getting it done. Sharp single to the left. 49%, Proto.
Yeah. Nah.
All right. We'll see if Kiki Kyler can help.
Strike
He
three.
cannot.
No, that's even lower. I was gonna say send him if it was still up there, but
Javi Baez gets
Ooh.
into that a little bit.
oh,
No, Billy Hamilton has it
Mm.
there. And speaking of Billy Hamilton, I don't think he's going to bunt up 8-0, but I'm going to make sure it doesn't happen. Taking care of business. Yeah. It could be. It could be. I think we're talking about Hack Wilson there. Here's Jimmy Rollins. Keith Kyler doesn't even move. He's yawning. Chase Utley. Got a lot of that.
jump.
Off the wall.
Oh,
Looked gone to me, but fine.
I like that Ryan Howard photo because you can actually picture him spinning his bat, right?
Yeah.
As he used to do.
Yep.
Strike three.
Sitting down. So Steve Carlton working on this shutout.
Jarvis is dealing.
Oh, but look at this. I may have doomed him because Gabby Hartnett got every bit of that onto Waveland Avenue, I believe.
All right. Don't call it a comeback.
1-0. And you know what? Hack Wilson probably needs a pinch hitter because he's having an awful year. So who hits lefties for the Cubs? Riggs Stevenson does. So we're going to see if this is a fluke or not.
Pinch hitting for Chicago, Riggs, Stevenson.
Stevenson,
That's a solid name. You don't see too many rigs anymore.
no, or Murtaugh. You need more Murtaughs to balance the Riggs. But Stevenson hit like crazy. He was just not real good anywhere. He was kind of like the varsity King Kelly. So he's going to have to leg this out. That's not happening. Ron Santo, one down.
Oh,
He got some of it, but not even enough to ruffle Ed Delahanty's bolo tie.
come on, Ernie.
Randy Banks, let's hit two. Nope. All right, so let's see what the ramifications are here. I'm not even sure who the other center fielders are. Billy Williams plays center. Not great, but
Phil
it'll do.
Cavaretta, huh? I am
Yeah,
not familiar with Phil Cavaretta.
He just got activated because Mark Grace was having a rotten year. So he's a lefty first baseman, just getting a shot. You never know which guys might have a modifier on them, putting them through the roof, right? So it's always good to take a little sample. I didn't know. Who knew Paul O'Neill was going to hit 380 and get serious at bats in the Yankee outfield? But
Love it.
all right, so Billy Williams coming in. Or maybe, no, Kyler's not any better. Fine.
A couple more, yeah, a couple more comments.
Right? Probably King Kelly and a schnoz, right? Yeah, that's a good point. Hippo's has thrown 53 pitches, He could throw 75. So in this
I think
game,
James just wants to see Gene Garber. Let's be honest.
I mean,
Should we get him up?
Rig Stevenson right next to Harbor Freight, right? Okay. No, in a game like this, there's no reason to burn any other reliever, right? Like,
Such a cool reliever, though, man.
he hasn't been bad, man. I don't know what his line is. We're going to see it here pretty soon.
Rick Stevenson does sound like a tool company. That's true.
It does.
That's a good solid name.
Strike 3.
Remember when Bud Black pitched to Steve Decker for a while? Battery of Black and Decker. That's pretty awesome. And then Cincinnati ran Dimitri Young, Mike Frank, and Chris Steins in the same outfield one time. So it was the Young Frankenstein's outfield.
Beautiful.
Never top shelf. Nothing beats that. Okay, Cy Williams. You got a lot of that. Holy.
Jump.
That's why they pinch hit him for Chuck Klein. Sammy had no prayer on that.
Man.
9-1 as Dick Allen.
Make it end.
All right. All right. Hippo Vaughn is running out of pitches. So dealer's choice, Frodo.
Austin Mocker?
Your choice. Austin Mocker, Suter, Smith, or Marmol.
Bruce Suter. Let's do it.
All right. You just want to see that. Did he throw the
Submarine?
split? Yeah, the split, I think, that just fell off the plate. Let's see what Darren Dalton's got for us.
I don't remember Dos Carlos.
Dos Carlos. I don't remember him either. Okay. Oh, Munchkin with my favorite quote of the day.
Wow.
Warhorse.
Great nickname.
Sounds like a wrestler from the mid-90s, but okay. Look at this. Ken Castro's cheating on us. He's multitasking. Oh.
A lot of these references go over my head, so I just gonna roll with it.
Roto and I both thought you were talking about a guy legit named Dos Carlos. Beltran, by the way, has like 16 homers for the Mets. He's our player of the day today for the National League. So
sorry, who was Carlos Febles?
It was a reliever.
Was it? Okay.
Cameron will let us know.
Not familiar with him.
Febles.
Warhorse, man, solid.
Warhorse, come on now. With Dalton on first and Abreu up. Let's see, hang on. We're gonna
second baseman. All right.
Second base. I don't remember him. Oh, Wahoo McDaniel. Yeah, I always thought his chop was kind of overrated. That's not much of a finisher. I throw you into the ropes and I hit you with my hand when you come back. All right, so Suter's ready. So we're going to end the Hippo experiment. Not bad.
Pitching for Chicago, Bruce Sutter.
Suter, I believe, but we'll save that for another.
No beard though, huh?
No, look how clean he is.
Wow.
Pretty exciting. Let's see what Bobby Gray has.
It's all happening again.
Here goes Dalton.
Dalton is just killing us on the bad bases today.
Dalton must want the beer to stay cold, right? So he's trying to get this over with. Here's Billy Hamilton with 2 outs. Dribbler to third, but he's fast. Banks drops it. Dalton scores.
Ugh.
Hamilton to second. Abreu to third.
Yeah, Cameron, he does look strange without a beard.
Yeah, I could update that.
We'll just Photoshop one in.
Ken Castro. Coming clean. All right, so Bruce Suter, you're letting us down, brother.
There we go. All right.
Jimmy Rollins. That one doesn't have the distance. So here we go. To the bottom of the ninth. 10-1. Good Lord. Let's just check and make sure. Yeah. We're not going to see anybody pinch hitting here. Rizzo for Kyler, maybe, but that's a ways down. Given how things have gone.
Rally caps.
Look at this. Yes, it starts.
All right.
Here's Rhino
Ball four.
walking.
Wow. If we could just get Carlton out of the game, that would be a moral victory.
Right? He's only got 20 more pitches in that left arm. So here's Sammy Sosa. Oh, Roto, I'm telling you.
This would be the most amazing comeback.
Now, once in a while, the game gets it wrong. So just out of fairness, let's jump over to Philly.
Ooh.
Open up that Philly bullpen. We'll get Tug McGraw, a lefty, and do you want Ryan Madsen or Steve Bedrosian, Roto?
I feel like Bedrosian is we've blown him up a couple of times when we played the Phillies, so maybe he'll return the favor.
All right, here we go. And now we'll give control back to Philly. Kiki Kyler. Oh, wait, we were going to pinch hit for him. Too late. Popped out. Well, it's a sack fly, probably.
Oh, okay.
So
Hey,
you get a run. Hey.
feels good.
Javi Baez, 0 for 3. Yeah, we could pinch hit Rizzo here if we wanted, but I'm not sure.
Baez
Not
is
sure it
due.
makes sense.
Baez is due for a big leg kick.
I mean,
over here.
Rizzo is notably better, and if we tie it up, Rizzo goes to first and Banks goes to short. It works. It's all science.
All right.
Just saying.
Pinch hitting for Chicago, number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Rally caps, baby. That's a good point.
That's true.
But I'm counting on us tying it up. So
And we're not on the 24 version, right?
of what?
Action PC.
I don't even know what that is.
We're not the new version of the software.
Oh, I don't think so. This is it is Action PC Baseball. No, we don't. The new versions usually come out right around the end of the year, the calendar year. We don't can't upgrade to a mid-season, and I always like them to be out for a couple months because there's usually a pretty good patch. So usually we're playing the new season. This is Action PC Baseball from DK Sports. Usually we're playing the new version when the season starts over again in November. So we're actually a little behind the times, but it lets everything get ironed out nice and smooth. So with Sandberg and Sosa on, one down, here's Anthony Rizzo.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
What is transpiring?
Bases are loaded. Oh, wait a minute. We get a question.
Got a pop up. Yeah.
We got a lot of runs to score. I think we better not take too many risks.
All right.
No. But Carlton's only got 11 pitches left in him.
Ooh, Hartnett. All right.
And Gabby Hartnett kills lefties. So I'm going to make the executive call here. I don't think Philly would leave him.
Come on.
They wouldn't leave him in anymore. So it's bedrock time.
Pitching for
There's
Philadelphia,
a beard for you.
Steve Bedrosian.
Computer has no problem saying Bedrosian. Oh, and Chicago, since we're facing a righty now, yeah, we got nothing. Fine. Look at this. I'm telling you. Get in there, Gabby. You better be
Center
sure.
fielder,
Wow.
Williams.
Taking second base down 10-4. You better be in there. But here's Billy Williams, his first at bat. No, I don't think that's got the distance. But it might score Rizzo.
Oh,
If
where we at?
send 69%.
Totally your call.
Be the last out of the game, man. I don't want
Yeah,
to make the
all right.
last out at home. Of course, I'm always the guy going, just kick the field goal. I'm that kind of guy. Just kick the field goal. I'm also the guy later in the game always saying, if they'd have kicked the field goal, it would be a tie game right now. Here's Ron Santo. fouling it down the line.
Get out.
Oh.
Whew.
Still alive. Full count to Santo. 2 down. Cubs trail 10-4.
Ball four.
He walks. Ernie Banks, baby.
There we go. That's what
0
it's
for
all
4.
about.
Right? Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. All right. I'm not sure that's foul. Looks like you came up with it. Well.
Give the old call a try.
Philadelphia 10, Chicago 4. Steve Carlton is the winner. He is now 5-1. Mordecai Brown is the loser. He is now 6-6. Cy Williams hit home run number 4 on the season. Gabby Hartnett hit number 10. Time of the game, 3 hours, 10 minutes.
Still not sure why Chuck Klein got pinch hit for, but he got hurt. Klein, injury today only, so pulled a muscle or something. But anyway, I'm glad we made
Thanks,
it.
James.
I'm glad we made it a little more interesting there at the end. But that was a beating. We appreciate you guys joining the show.
Thanks everyone for joining us. It's always fun to have all these, comments. It's
Absolutely
makes it a lot more enjoyable.
Yep, we'd be happy to take your suggestions for how to handle a bullpen because we haven't figured it out.
we will never have that down.
No, we don't got that. So, but we ran a little long today, so I'll wrap it up. Keep it nice and short and sweet. We try to keep it about 1 hour, but we've been gone a while, so it was lovely to catch up. But we hope you enjoyed the show. We're on every Sunday night at 9:00 Eastern with our game of the week. There's lots of ways to follow Eternal Baseball. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter or X if you prefer. And the best way is on our homepage at eternalbaseball.com. We post box scores every day, other than Fridays, which are our travel day. That's when our weekly newsletter goes out, which is totally free. Sign up at eternalbaseball.com for news, insight, the reveal of the Sunday game of the week, all that good stuff you can get in the newsletter. And we've got tomorrow's scores revealed a little earlier tonight if you're dying. If you're not watching it live, back it up. Otherwise, we'll have them uploaded tomorrow morning. And that's it. So good to see you again, Roto.
Yeah, good seeing you. Thanks, everyone, for joining us.
We appreciate everybody being nice and lively in the chat. And we will see you again next week on another thrilling edition and hopefully more competitive of the Eternal Baseball Podcast. Good night, everybody.